Hello, my name is Umesh Podel. My student ID is GIA3531. This is my cover sheet for my assignment. Today, I am going to analyze the operational issues and making a clear solution to the owner of Urban Eats Cafe and Bistro as I got hired by the external consultant. In this presentation, first I will give you the overview of the business, customer services and experiences, menu pricing and beverages, compliance and safety, and cost control, some recommendations, and the reflections of this learning. First of all, I'm going to talk about the overview of the business. The mixed model of Urban Eats Cafe and Bistro is confusing, both in terms of branding and the expectations of the guest. This need to be clarified to ensure the better customer engagement and profitability. Currently, the branding and the customer experiences are a mess because of the given mixed model. As you know, the workers, student, and the local resident come for the coffee and simple fast food during the daytime, and during the evening time they just came for the dinner, casual dinner. So first of all, in my recommendations, there should be a clear positioning in order to enhance the customer engagement and profitability in the business. In this slide, I am going to explain how we can enhance the customer services and experiences in our cafe. Customer services need to enhance to increase the satisfactions of the customer. When the customer visit any restaurant or any businesses, they will provide some feedback to the businesses, which helps them to grow the business, to improve the area of the businesses. So I will provide some solutions in our cafe which helps to enhance our customer services and experiences. First of all, we need to start tracking the every feedback of the customers, from where we can know, we let us know which area need to be improved, where is our inconsistent customer services. Number two is we need to start providing a training to a staff, proper training to a staff. And number three, we need to empower our staff so they can solve the problem very efficiently. Number four, every customers need to give a consistent customer services and experiences so they can back into our business again and again, which help us to grow our business. In this slide, I am going to explain explain and give solution on menu pricing and beverages. By streamlining the menu, using standard recipe and optimizing the prices, Urban Eats can boost their profit, maximize the waste, and provide a more enjoyable dining experiences for their customers. If these things can improve, then we ultimately can boost the increasement of the customers in our cafe, which eventually helps to increase our sale. In this slide, I am going to explain the compliances and safety in workplaces. Recently, while using the old equipment without adequate guards, our staff got minor accident. After this incident, the occupational health and safety inspected and have identified shortcoming in the management of safety. After this small incident, it got negatively impact on the staff and the customers, morale, trust, and retentions. So to overcome from these types of problem and not to repeat in near future, we need to ensure that the staff and customer work in a safe environment. The strict OHS protocol need to be implemented. There should be provide a proper training to the staff, and regular check of equipment should be implemented to prevent the minor accident and comply with regulations. If we follow these OHSC rules protocols strictly, these problems can be solved and we can retain the trust and the morale in near future. So in this slide, I'm going to address the cost control issues of Urban Eats Cafe and Bistro. Urban Eats must track the amount of food and beverage wastage. Urban Eats can reduce the losses due to poor purchasing and inventory management by reducing the overstocking and overpiling, scheduling the staff levels to demand and analyze the waste by product and causes, all of which incur unnecessary cost. If it is remain unchecked, regular cost reports will enable owner to identify the issue clearly and make informed decision to improve the profitability. So in this slide, this is my first recommendations to the owner of this cafe to help them in the good efficiency, operations, and the profitability of the business. What I suggest, I will point out each and every things one by one. I suggest redesigning the menu, emphasizing the signature items, and clarifying the items category with the standard recipes, with the portion control and the beverage card that will ensure the consistency. And I have give the suggestions on the staff training, which is very important to enhance the customer experience satisfactions, which is very important in any business to upsell, to increase the flow of customers and generating the more profitability. Staff training is very important to handle the complaint, and staff are trained to use the different equipment which eventually help to increase the customer experience, upsells, and flow of service. The use of QR survey and to follow up with the manager for the real-time feedback. These actions will improve the customer efficiency, satisfactions in this cafe, bistro, operations, and the profitability. So this is my second recommendations for the owner of Urban Eats Cafe and Bistro. So my second recommendations is that I suggest to redesign the menu, emphasizing the signature items and make the menu easy to understand, not complicated, not outdated. That should be the menu should be understandable by every customers. Using standard recipes, the recipe must be standard according to the contemporary time that need to be updated. Portion control, controlling the portions make the standard recipes, reduce the food cost, as well as the portion control helps to make the uniformity of the service. Presentations sheets for the beverage and ensure that all items are presented in the same way. The staff training that includes how to handle the complaints, upsells items, and how to service the menu properly, which engage in QR survey or manager flow up to receive the real-time feedback. This will improve the customer satisfactions, increase our operational efficiency, and boost our profitability in our cafe and bistro. If the owner will follow these two recommendations, will try to implement this on cafe, our cafe will in the line of profitability. So in this slide, I'm going to explain the learning reflections. This project enables me to apply the several concepts presented in each previous 6 weeks of these practical sessions. The first week is all about the business structures and their operations. The week 2 was all about the customer services and how to deal with this complaint. Week 3 and 5 are all about the menu, pricing, and analysis their respective beverage. Week 4 and 6 emphasize the cost control, safety, and HACCP compliance and provide me with the insight into the operational issues I could address with a actionable recommendation. Thank you. And this is the last part, the references. You can have a look. Thank you.